All right. Hello, Foundations of Literacy class, EDU 206. Hope this Wednesday morning finds you well and midway through your first full week of online classes. Hopefully you figured out, at least some of you, I have multiple classes, but hopefully you figured out by now that I am taking my courses asynchronously, which means they can happen anytime, anywhere. They are not bound by time. So hopefully that will help those of you who have multiple things going on in your lives. Your routines are all off. Your kids are home. Your families all working in the same room and just doing things at specific times just aren't going to work for you. So hopefully you will find this approach to online learning conducive to you. We can meet about this, or actually I'm going to send out next week I'll send out a little survey to see how this is going for you, and we can always make changes because that's what we do. We are flexible. I wanted to take this Wednesday message. I'm doing this versus screen capture or on-screen capture today because I wanted to share some things about Blackboard. Hopefully you've already figured all of this out. But each week in this class, first of all, a couple weeks ago, oh God, it was probably last week, but it feels like a million years ago, I did post an announcement right here that shows you kind of what our weekly schedule is going to look like, what our topics are going to be, what assignments are due. Hopefully this will help kind of get you oriented. I did have to reframe a lot of the assignments, and you're going to see that, March 17th on St. Patrick's Day is when I posted that. Some assignments were keeping, some assignments were scratching, and just kind of some feedback on or guidance on that. I think the next day is when I put on our schedule. I'm going to try to keep things very consistent for you because I find that when you're dealing with all of these different moving pieces, to have some consistency is important. I hope that I will do that through this class as much as possible. Each week, I'm going to open up a folder. Online course week 1 is what you should be working on this week. Each week in this folder, I will put the directions, any materials, and I'll finish it up with a checklist so that you can make sure you keep yourself on target. Because again, you're doing all of your classes online, probably 13 million different ways of doing it. So I wanted to give you some consistency here. So for this week, I gave you the instruction part. I've given you a Prezi. I actually gave you the Prezi 2 different ways, both the link and also as a PDF. If you can go through it as on the link, because there are some hyperlinks in the Prezi that I'd like you to go through that you cannot link directly to the PDF. But I do recognize that many of you have different Wi-Fi capabilities, so try to do this. If you can't, very bare minimum, you can see the PDF here. I've also given you a video that I would like you to watch and an article. So every week I will give you kind of a piece of instruction, a video, and an article on whatever topic that I'm covering. This week I'm talking about instructional strategies in reading. Next week, instructional strategies in writing. Again, there will be an instruction. It'll probably be a PowerPoint next week, a video that I want you to watch, and an article. There is accountability. I want to make sure that you are doing this. So each week there will be an accountability quiz. It's just 1 point. It will show up as a zero in your grade book, and then I will change it to a 1. That was the only way I could figure out to get the points to work out to only be 1 point. It was too complicated to do each question like 2 points or something like that. I guess I could have, but just easier for me. And then this week and next week, I actually do want you to do your modified case study. I want you actually to think of the child that you've been working with. I know you don't have access to that child anymore, but you at least wrote an introduction or a description, and you did some assessment, so you have some baseline on that child. And I'd like you to tell me after you've watched my Prezi, watched the video, read the article, what instructional strategies would you use to help the student move forward? You will see a full description of that case study in assignments descriptions. So did you watch the Prezi? Watch the video, read the article, take the quiz, and then by Sunday, every week, the assignments will be due on Sunday. I will be asking you to submit case study part 3. You submit it to Submit Assignments. There it is. Nope, I will move it up actually. So it's the first one here, Instructional Implications for Reading. And there's the, I need to reorganize these. I'll do this after I'm done with this video. And again, the assignment descriptions, I've modified the case study so you can see the new assignment description here. One thing I did want to tell you is that there is a new assignment for micro teaching. I do feel like you could at least, all of you got to work with kids in some way. So what I would like you to do, now I did have that due this week. I am kind of flexible on that one just because I know that the first week is a little overwhelming. So I didn't put a due date on that. I wanted you really to focus on what we're doing this week. But if you find you have a little extra time this week, I would get it done. If not, just by the end of the semester for sure. But basically, I said all of you have been able to work with a student or group of students so far this semester. I want you to pick one of these experiences and reflect on it. So you might have to really dig back in your memories, but I know that all of you worked with at least one student or a small group of students. And I just want you to describe what you did. What did you learn about literacy? What did you learn about teaching? What did you learn about yourself? This is not a long assignment. It can be fairly short. I would say no less than a page, but a page would be fine. And again, while I like assignments due on Sunday, because that's a nice way to organize it, the micro teaching I'm a little more flexible with, at least for now, because I really want you to focus on getting back into our routine, which is the video or the Prezi, the video, the article, the accountability, and then your case study part 3. At the moment, I do not have any discussion boards in this class, but I did open a optional Zoom meeting from 10 to 11 for this specific class. Think about this as an opportunity to just come and ask me questions, talk. It's kind of like office hours for this class. So I hope that helps. You do not have to come to the Zoom meeting. I'd love to see you. But again, I know all of our schedules are crazy. So I hope this helps. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow at the Zoom meeting. And if not, I hope you're doing well. Please feel free to reach out to me at any point. Bye.